Okay, guys. So hope you guys are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
So what we discussed in yesterday's class, any idea? So what we discussed
So we
exact?
discussed about manual testing. What is a manual testing? What is automation testing? And what tools can be used for automation testing? Like
Yeah.
editors and everything.
In yesterday's class, our major concentration is on manual testing and automation testing. What's the difference between both, right? So that's the things which we discussed. So with some practical example, we have worked on that. And what are the tools we are going to work on that? So these all are the things what we discussed in the yesterday's class, right? So what we are going to do today is some practical session. Okay, so what exactly the automation is? What you guys are thinking? So how is automation and how can we progress the testing in the automation? Right? What you feel, to be frank, how you think that how it is easy or difficult or so what you felt. I think most of you guys are interested in the automation testing means before joining also you have tried something to automate, right? Did anyone try it? Any one of you?
Yes,
Venkatna?
a very basic project actually for a couple of months, and we could not continue that project. So, yeah, it is. I mean, for the ones who already know coding, maybe it's easy for them. For freshers, like few of the members in this call are freshers, or maybe they have just got training, right? So maybe it was very easy and maybe challenging also learning wise. It will be good actually.
Yeah. So actually, it will be two types. The roles and responsibilities in the automation testing is mainly on two types. Okay, let me write it in the notepad. First of all, before going to some practical session, what's the roles and responsibilities as a automation tester? Automation tester. So majorly it's the same that as like manual testing, we have stand-up calls, internal stand-up calls. Okay, so internal means in between only QA, internal stand-up calls, and then we have some Scrum stand-up calls, which means the developer, QA, Scrum Master, business analyst, product owner all together. They are in the meet, discuss about the status of the particular sprint. And third one, even if you have the more experience, even if you have the less experience, if you already have the defined or the predefined framework for your project, okay, so then what you guys are going to do, you are going to improve that framework by adding the new feature scripts, new feature scripts, right? So while doing this step in the roles and responsibility, you already have a manual test cases, right? Which may be written in test trial. It's a one of the test management tool, or X-ray. It's also one of the test management tool which is integrated with Jira tool. And we have test link, many more, right? So we already have the manual test cases. Manual test cases means what? For example, let's consider that I'm the team lead. Let's imagine that I'm the team lead and four members or five members are working under me. So, for example, Nagahema, Murali, and who else are in the class today? Yeah, Shravani, Satvik, right? So, Shravani, Satvik. So, total four members are under me. I am the team lead. The team consists total five members. So what my plan is to that, I have one sprint now, sprint one. Okay, in this sprint one, I got some features to be developed, like for example, five features. For example, five features. Five features, what are the five features we have? Let's consider one e-commerce application which is named as a SaaS demo, which is named as a SaaS demo. Initially, I have some login functionality. So first you should aware about this page. So what all pages we are going to develop in the sprint one? One is login page and another one is product page. Once you log in, you can see the products displayed, product page. And then we have add to cart page and we have payment page. Okay, let's consider these are the four things for what I have. So for Nagahama, I have given the login phase functionality I have assigned. So as a team lead, I have an idea about everything that what features need to be completed in the sprint as per the attendance attending in the PA meetings, program increment meetings. So hope you all guys are aware about the PA meetings, right? So who all are attended for the manual course? I already explained what exactly PA meeting and how it goes in the Agile meeting. Hope remaining people who is only joined for the automation, they must have an idea about if they are following agile methodology in their company, right? In PM meeting, they are going to discuss about what features are going to be do in the next 15 days of work or else next sprint or else next iteration, which consists couple of sprints, right? So I have given a task, assigning a login page ticket to the Nagahama, product page ticket to the Murali, add to cart page to the Sravani, and payment page to the Sath. So what their agenda now? So the all these features is already have a manual test cases. Okay, in few companies, if you observe that manual testing and automation testing is done by the single person. At that time, you guys has to be write the manual cases, test design in these tools first, and then you need to do the automation. And then you need to do the automation. Okay. So here what exactly I'm planning to do here now is, so I have given a task to the Nagahema. So let's consider the login page as a first feature we have. Login page as a first feature we have. What all cases will comes under the login page? Can anyone? So let's consider this. This is the login page. What all cases you can verify in this login page? Everyone should aware because the people who is already only joined for the automation is have an idea about the manual. Okay, manual course is already done for the people who are freshers. So everyone should tell what are the cases for this page.
First, I need to test the filter with user
Provide
password and
username password.
Okay,
valid password and valid user,
okay,
and invalid password, invalid username, and without username or without password.
okay. So we have many cases. Verify login page with valid username and password, right? And it will comes under the positive scenario, right? So what will be the negative scenario? Verify login page with invalid username and password. Okay, so we have many cases we can write valid username, invalid username, valid password. Okay, it takes so much time to explain every scenario to you now. So other than that, what else we can write for this base? Verify login button, right? So if I want to verify the login button as a positive scenario, I need to enter the positive data and click on the login button. So if I want it as a negative scenario without entering the data, clicking the login button. Verify login button when no data is entered. This is negative scenario, right? Is it or not? And
Yes.
verify the title of the project. What is the title of this project? Swags Lab, right? Verify the title of the project. So if you think and if you write off the cases, you will get at least 8 to 9 cases for this login base, current login base. Okay. Verify the title of the project. So now This is a task to the Naghammer, for example. I have given login page to the assigned to the Naghammer and remaining pages to the other people, Murali, Sravani, and Satvik, right? So whenever you are working on the things here, let's consider this. For example, we have 8 cases came to the login page. So first, you have to execute the first test case, right? So if you want to do the manual testing for this first test case, what you will do? What are the steps? Steps to verify the test case 1.
First, we
Navigate
have to use
to Swags Lab website. In brackets, you need to give the test data, that application URL, sourcedemo.com. This is the step 1. And what is the step 2? Enter username and password. And next, what is the third step? Click on
Click on
login
link
page.
this. Yeah.
And do you have any more steps for this test case? Web page should be navigates to
Verification, correct.
product page. Okay, next page is product page. These are the steps what we have. So if I do this manually now, so I'm executing the first test case manually. What I need to do, navigating to the sourcedemo.com. Yeah, I navigated and entering the username. Username is here. And I'm entering the password. Password is here. And click on login button. When I click on login button, sorry. So there is an issue from this application side. Let me check another user. This is the version 2. Okay, if it's not working, we can check with the version 1. We have one more thing. This is the demo applications, right? So which is in the net. We are not designed the web applications. Yeah, it was logged in. So once it's logged in, this is the product page. We are able to see the product page or not. This is our expected result. Is it or not? Getting my point?
Yeah.
This is manual testing, but coming to the automation testing, what you guys has to be do. So let me run one test case and we'll show it to you. What I can do here is, let me create. I'm creating SaaS demo as one package. Okay, don't worry about what is package, what is class, what is folder, what is resources. I will explain each and everything clearly. I'm just showing that how that automation will works. That's it. Okay. I'm creating this project name as a package. So inside that, my plan is to create a one class which is named as a login, which is named as a login. Okay. So let me create a login page. So after that, let me write one sample code. Copy this. Okay, don't worry that the code looks bigger. Everything is easy, not much a difficult task. And it just for showing the things. Okay, this package imports and everything will explain very clearly, step by step. It's just about that how the automation is working. Okay, for visualization, I am showing this. That's it. Okay, nothing more than that.
Raju, sorry to interrupt. Will you be showing the actual installations and everything in the upcoming classes, correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
These all are just demo sessions. Okay, we just
yeah,
showing that
understood.
how it works. Okay,
Yeah,
everything is clearly shown what we are going to work on it. Okay, so don't worry.
right.
Okay, so if you observe here that if you want to work and if you want to validate that login page, what is the initial step you guys need to be do? Even if it is manual, what you guys are going to do? Even it is manual, what you guys are going to do? In manual testing also, do you want me to ask in Telugu? I'm just asking that if you guys want to execute anything in the manual testing, for example, let's consider this login page. What is your first step you guys need to be perform?
So we have to open the browser and enter the URL.
Exactly. First step is to open the browser. First step is to open the browser, right? So while opening the browser, what you guys has to perform here is you need to give the driver path. Okay, so we have two options. Either you can open, for example, let's come to the Chrome and just come to here, settings. Yeah, sorry, help. In help, you have about Google Chrome. If you come here, you can see the version of your Chrome, what you are using 138. And then you guys has to install the driver and you need to import into our code. That is the first way. Okay. Second way, what we have is no need to install any browser. We have the WebDriver Manager class. Okay. If you import that class, it will work from the Selenium 4. Okay, so we have the different versions of the Selenium. If you are using the latest Selenium, then we can use the WebDriver Manager. If your company, if your company is stick to use the previous versions only, then you guys has to install the drivers and you need to place in your sorry, frameworks. Okay, so as of now, I'm just using the WebDriver Manager. If you see that with the help of the WebDriver Manager only, I have taken this. Okay, so no need to import the Chrome driver again. No need to import the Chrome driver again. So if you observe here, let me change some details. So let's consider this. So what is the URL for our project? SaaS demo, right?
Yeah, it's source demo.
Okay, coming days, you can see the big project. Initially, if I show the big projects, you won't understand anything. First, you should aware about the basic things, right? So after that, what we have to do is, after entering that, we need to give the username, right? So what exactly our username which works for us? So here, there is a location. We have a concept of locators. Okay, you are seeing something in the visualization in the UA part is some people have written so much code to show you, right? Is it or not? There is a backend work. Backend code will be there, right? So here in the backend code, you need to identify where that field is there. For example, I want to enter visual user into the username. If it is manual, I can enter. By automatic means I need to tell to the system this if you consider this is entire this is as a Chandanagar. In Chandanagar, where is Sridevi Theatre? We have many ways to go to the Sridevi Theatre in the Chandanagar, right? So in similar way, so you need to identify. Let's consider entire this page is a Chandanagar and username as a Sridevi Theatre. We have some path from Chandanagar to Sridevi Theatre, right? Is it or not? Is it or not, guys?
Yeah.
So we need to find out the locator. So you have to highlight this arrow and click on this one. You can find the location of the Sridevi Theatre now in Chandanagar. Let's consider entire this code as a Chandanagar. This is the location of Sridevi Theatre. So I need to add this location into my code and I am telling to the system to please go to the Sridevi Theatre like username. So after going to this location, I'm telling to enter some data. I'm telling to say enter some data. So for that, we won't add directly enter this code. We have a concept of web locators like CSS selector, XPath and everything. If it is a normal XPath, we have a dedicated concept for the XPath. If it is normal XPath, you need to use the two backslashes first. So after that, you need to use the HTML tag. What is the HTML tag we are using here? Input, right? So let me use the input here. So after using the input, so we have many things to consider: ID, name, and class. We have many things. For now, I'm using the ID. So you may ask why you are using only ID. You can use name also, you can use class also. But it should be the unique. If you see that one of the three means you are searching for Chanda Theatre. Chandan, Sridevi Theatre in the Chandanagar. Only one Sridevi Theatre is there in the Chandanagar, right? But here it's showing that we have three Sridevi theaters in the Chandanagar. So it's a wrong one. It's a wrong one. To make it unique, you have to try with all the fields which is there in the code. So let me try with the ID first. This is the syntax what I'm writing. At the rate, that ID is username, right? So I'm going to take that ID, username, right? Now you get only one Sridevi theater in the Chandanagar, right? Only one username in the particular page. So now I got a XPath. Now I got a XPath. Or else directly you can use the ID. ID is username, right? So I'm just using the ID here. ID is username. So now what data you need to be sent? Visual user, right? So with the help of the send keys method, I am going to send some data. Okay. So similarly password. What is the password? Password is also same. Same in similar way. Let me select this. Come to the password icon. We have a ID password. Let me copy this and you can paste the password here. Okay, so next one, login button. What the login button? So login button, we have ID and name, everything. So here they have taken XPath input of, let me write XPath here. Input of ID equal to login button. Okay, we can take this ID equal to login button. Instead of username, if I gave this one, then you will get one of one, right? So let me copy this and adding here. Okay. So now we are done with clicking on the login button. So I don't want all other steps again because we are just seeing the basic thing. I don't want to explain every line here. So it's make some difficult to you. Okay. So for now, just you can see that only this. So you have an idea how it goes. But that is also not required. Let's. Right. Something is missing there, so showing some errors. Let me check it. Yeah. So we have deleted some code, right? So it's making two blocks from us. What I can do is, these are the steps which we require now, right? So let me copy this. Changing here. Step one. So, well, my guess. Yeah, let me run this now. Run as vegetable main for me.
It is showing at the parenthesis right at the end.
Yeah, it's extra parenthesis. Sure.
Not sure, but it is showing error there only.
Yeah, I think it might be the parenthesis missing there. 2 seconds. Okay, sorry. So it's I'm running that file. That's the reason. Okay, so let me run this new file. So we'll get simply. Yeah, I didn't save the file. That might be the reason. Let me try again. Okay. It might be the reason that we have using the other code too, right? So that's making this catches involved into it. So if you see that, making something. So let me some unused packages are there. It's making to stop executing that by throwing some errors. Yeah, let me try with Eclipse. It will give some sense because we are using the WebDriver manager, right? So the Selenium versions are different, so it may cause some issues. Let us check with Eclipse. So I didn't set up the. Hope you are getting an idea, right? So how it's going, that why we are writing that locations and by taking the dev console and everything.
Yeah.
It's very
Yes, yes.
easy, but you guys has to be aware about the concepts,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Let me open this. It's taking time to load. Yeah.
Raju, what does this exactly mean? Like symbol method fetch or this? So is it showing an error at that particular thing,
Yeah,
that
it's
particular
different
statement?
actually.
Hmm.
Okay, HTTP is a one of the client HTTP method which we can
Hmm.
fetch the API responses. It's a backend testing. So I'm working on backend automation currently in my projects. So in that code only I have replaced this scenario. Okay, that's why it
Hmm.
was overridden over there and it's showing some error.
Okay. So you're trying to run the same thing in the Eclipse now.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you observe the. But it's completely different that we need to add Selenium jar files. We have some process to work on the Eclipse. Okay, I will show that process once the classes is started. So as of now, let me add that Selenium jars and everything into this.
Sure, sure.
While explaining the concepts, I will I will tell you. Initially, we are going to start with Eclipse only. Later only, we are going to move to the IntelliJ. So it's a traditional tool
Okay.
actually. Most of the people are not using now. Most of the people are adopting to the IntelliJ. It looks better as compared with this. So, but once you are habituated to the Eclipse, you are not able to come to this. So what I can say, IntelliJ. So because it makes you people some comfort, even that interface is not much good as like IntelliJ, but it makes some comfort zone that you won't come to the modern tool. Okay, then close. Need to change the Java version also. Showing this. See here only. Yeah, it's working now. So in IntelliJ, if you see that, I said that I'm working on API testing currently, right? So you can see that we have all these APIs are integrated to the app sourcedemo.com. That's the reason all request URLs are printed. So let me remove all this code to make you people. Let's remove this. So what I can use? Let me give some. Here thread is a function we are going to use to wait some time. After that operation is done, wait some time, like 3 seconds. 3000 milliseconds means 3 seconds. So let me give 8 seconds. So if you see, if I run this one, what exactly happen is, first step is open the browser. And second step is navigating to the source demo. And third step is entering the data. And fourth step is login button. So, but it will be happen in fraction of seconds. You need to observe that, okay? So if you want to observe, and I will give the thread out sleep for each step so that you can see it's not a difficult, but let's see now. So how it goes. Opening the browser and navigating to the app, entering the data and done. If you see, all the things are added here. Getting my point? All the requests were. So why these errors are coming here is these are not errors. These are exceptions. If you see that these are exceptions because I'm writing for another project. So it's all about some gaming. Okay, so those APIs will be different. I have written logic for other things. I have written logic for other things. It won't be compatible with this demo application, right? So here what exactly happening is these steps are happening very quickly. If you observe that these steps are happening very, very quickly. Is it or not? It's login and it's showing the APIs also. If you see that sourcedemo.com is one of the API, stats CSS is one of the API, even backtraces are one of the API. So here why we are tracking the API here is we need to do the API testing sometime. Okay, you need to get the request URL and that URL response will be there. You need to get that response and you need to verify that response. That is called it as a API testing. Either you can do through the like by using Voke HTTP3, what Nagaharini is asking now. So otherwise you can use the REST assured Postman also. Based on the requirements, okay, you guys has to learn the concepts and you need to apply it. Everything is challenging. Okay, now the competitive world. For example, if your manager came with one problem, you should be able to resolve this. Getting my point? For example, you're working on one healthcare domain. Okay, your manager got some request from the management that to collect the people details who attended from the disease of cancer. So how you can get it? You can get it through the SQL query, right? But here, what the issue here is, it's showing some wrong data. For example, 4,000 members are uh, attended with the disease of cancer in the last 1 year in the hospital, Yashoda Hospital, for example. Okay. But it's showing that it was 8,000 members. So something is wrong happen in the database, right? So you need to do some logic. You need to write some logic through the automation to find out what causing the to double the count. Why it's showing the wrong count. Okay, these type of problems has to be solved by. Getting my point? Getting or not getting?
So, okay, how do we do like through automation if the data is incorrect?
So we need to check. For example, data is incorrect means you have some database, right? That will comes under the database testing.
Hmm,
You need to open the table in that
correct.
database and you need to verify. So where it's why it's showing the double, where it's entered the wrong. We have the visit history, right? When the patient come to the hospital, they are not only maintaining a single database, they have some offline also, right?
Correct.
Getting my point? That offline data can be stored as some Excel file and they are going to compare that Excel file with the database. Then it shows that who did that mistake also in the logs. And it's get escalated to the particular person and that person has to give the root cause analysis for this mess. Okay?
Okay.
Getting my point? Hope
Yeah.
clear. Hope everyone is clear, right? Murali, Harini, Satvik, I think Shravani is missing.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. This is all about the basic automation script. So we have many things to work on in the future. So from this batch, more practical part is going to be there. So theoretical classes are less, practical part is more in the point of interview, in the point of problem-based questions. Okay, so for example, I will give some problem to you as like today, what I explaining that doubling the count of the cancer disease people. I will give some real time, like I will give some pre-data to you and I will ask you to work on that. So you guys has to be work on it. Okay, clear?
Okay.
It will help you to do the real-time work, guys. Okay, don't think of that. So starting itself, if you give the practical part more, so how can we learn, right? So for example, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about the software, but you joined in by luck or by recommendation, whatever it is, you got a job. But if you want to survive into the job, what you guys has to be do? You have to learn while doing the task in the roles and responsibilities, right? So you will learn quickly when you guys are doing that work instead of learning. Hope you are agree, right?
But I believe initial trainings would be teaching, right? Later, maybe after 50% or 40%, we'll start.
Yeah. Initially theoretical part will be only there. So without theoretical, you
Yeah,
can't do anything. So for example, without
correct.
knowing the ABCDs, you won't form the words and sentences, right? So initially we have the theoretical part only. So I'm telling that once the theoretical part is finished, so more into the problematic way. So which we can challenging
Yeah,
the practical things in the market. Getting my point?
yeah, that helps.
So without telling the theoretical, it's not possible to do actually. So all you are new to the automation, right? You don't have any experience. If you guys already have an experience in the automation, then we can directly to the problematic. Getting my point? Hope,
Yes, yeah.
hope you guys are clear. I'm not sure that no one is responding. Satvik, Sheikh, Murali, and Nagaharini.
Yeah, yeah,
Nagaharita.
okay, okay. Getting your point.
Okay. If you have any concerns and any doubts, you can ask me today only. From Monday onwards, the classes are going to be started. So please try to be enroll yourself if you are not yet confirmed. Okay. So if you have any concerns, any doubts, you can ask me. And yeah, no doubts. No response can be treated as no doubts.
Yeah, yes, no doubts, Harsha. Sorry, Raj. So we can just join from Monday.
Okay, fine. So if you haven't enrolled yet, reach out Sarita ma'am. She will tell and help the process of joining, and she will add you into the WhatsApp group. You will get my contact in there. And if you have any doubts also, you can reach out. Okay. So thank you all. Have a nice day. We'll meet you all again on Monday, and happy Independence Day to all. Bye bye.
Thank
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.